How's it going, everybody? David Hedge here of House Hedge Gaming, and today is Pokemon Day. It's hard to believe that for 30 years now, Pokemon has been a dominant anime. It's been a dominant TCG, part of the big three for numerous years. It spawned dozens of video games, has Pokemon Go, plethora of collectibles, toys, you name it. It is literally sewn into the fabric of pop culture. And what better way to celebrate today than by opening up one of the more popular sets that's ever been released in recent memory, Prismatic Evolutions. I was able to pick this up from my local Sam's Club, and now we're going to open it up, get to the table, and see what's inside. And I might tell a story or two about the reason why I got into Pokemon many years ago, because I always love telling stories, and I love to share them with you. So without any further ado, let's bust this open and see what's inside. All right, here we go. We have the Prismatic Evolution surprise box and booster bundle. So this was a Sam's Club, $39.99, which is a really good deal for this. I wanted to go get something for today, and I tried to go to Best Buy because they're going to have some Ascended Heroes and everything, but unfortunately they did not get as much as they thought they would. So I'm figuring that might be the reason why Pokemon bought their own distribution company for later on down the line. I apologize if I make the table rock here. But we got the 6-pack bundle, and we have the surprise box, which we'll open this first because I'm interested to see which evolution we get here for Eevee. But yeah, they never had anything like this when I got started. So real quick, when I got started into Pokemon, when I first found out about it, it was because of Magic the Gathering. So I started playing Magic the Gathering back at Fallen Empires, which was back around 90, I want to say 94, 95. And I was part of the chess club in my school, and we would go to different events, and we would actually be able to set up different games that we would play. And one of them was Hero Quest, but that got too bulky and everything, and the Magic the Gathering came along, and we're like, you know what? This is a lot easier to carry around. So we started going to various places while we were at tournaments to find Magic the Gathering. Then I got out of it for a little bit, and Mom started working at Farmore, and from Farmore, the drugstore that unfortunately no longer exists, I came across a starter set for Pokemon. And ever since then, started playing, got into the cards, got a little bit into the anime, the video games and everything. But now recently I've started to collect the cards again just to reignite childhood and everything a little bit. So I've been collecting the Team Rocket stuff. But this box right here, let's take a look. Like, this is a real nice box. I love the artwork and the evolutions. My wife's a really huge like Eevee evolution fan, but also she's a huge Snorlax fan. I mean, she married me. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get. Because there's one of 9 different promos that you can get in here. We got the box dividers, which are pretty cool artwork. And we got 4 packs of Prismatic, and we got the Glaceon. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think my favorite one out of all of them is Umbreon, but the Glaceon's definitely not a bad one to get. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and open up these packs. And actually, let's go ahead and open up the... Now we'll open up the bundle in a second. But yeah, so Pokemon is just one of those things that's always been around. And it still surprised me how much of an influence that it has to this very day. And it's cool to see that just it keeps, no pun intended, but evolving. All right, so here we go. And if I mispronounce some of these names, I do apologize. I'm still learning a lot of them. So we got Drekloak. We got Duraludon, Pupitar, Bronzer. We have the Festival Grounds, Sea King, an oldie but a goodie. Cypher Manix Code Breaking. And if I got that right the first time, I'm proud of myself. That's pretty cool. I like the future mark on there, and I love the design of it. That's pretty neat. We have Pinsir. I think this one's one of my favorite ones. It looks like this one's one of the Pokemon ones here. We have Carmine, and we have Fluttermane. Look, I love the artwork. The artwork for this game has gotten so much better over the years, and that's really nice. All right, I'll just put that right there for us. All right, let's go with the next one here. Set that code card aside. All right, so we have a Havenberry. We have Hoot Hoot. We have Dreppy or Dreepy. We have Miltank. Regigas, another Carmine. Great Tusk. Sneasel. We have Hippopotas. And we okay, cool. We got a like extended art trainer Ortega. That's real nice. I really like how they started doing these for the extended arts for the trainers. Um, I really love that there's actually some variation of cards for Pokemon where it's like the extended arts and the SRs and everything like that. Uh, I like it. They have just enough to where it's a cool little collectible thing that you can get. Um, Magic right now, they've done way too much, in my opinion, of different variations and frames and everything like that. But I think Pokemon's got that right, that sweet spot of, hey, here's the different kinds you can get, which is pretty cool. And don't get me wrong, I'll always love Magic. It's just sometimes Wizards does stuff that's I question a bit. So, all right. So we have Aromatis. We got Eevee. We better have gotten Eevee out of this. So, Hippowdon, Bunnery, Executor. Got Lacey. We have a Screamtail. We have Black Belts Training. We have a Hippopodon. And we have Groudon. All right, so we got one more pack here from the surprise box, and then we'll go to the booster bundle. All right, so let's go ahead and set that aside here. All right, we have Riolu, Aromatis, Noibat, Black Belts Training, Professor Sada's Vitality, Suicune, Janine's Secret Art. We have Briar. Okay, I love okay, we got something back there. Got Briar. We got another Janine's Secret Art foil, and then we have Cornerstone Mask Orgrippon EX. That I like. Okay, now I'm figuring out what the artwork looks like. It's just a really close up, and that actually looks pretty good. I love the bursts around it and everything. That's pretty cool. All right, so we got that here, and I have a decent amount of singles right now. That starting on the channel, we're going to be doing what we're calling TCG Tussle is what we're going to try and do. Starting in, I think it's going to be April or May, once we get through with the Dice Throne stuff. And what we're going to do is that we're going to do a bunch of TCGs. Pokemon is definitely going to be one of them, but it's not going to be like tournament decks or anything like that. It's just going to be a lot of the stuff we have from stuff that we've opened and collected and just throw them in the decks and just have fun. And I think it'll be a pretty cool thing to do. So we're going to try and do that about the beginning of May or in May for the first month. We do all of our different stuff, which, by the way, go to Twitch streams and you'll be able to see all the behind the scenes stuff. We play some games on there and we have some fun. So, all right, let's open this up. We have, I really like the box on that. All right, peel that tape off there. Okay, so now we got 6 packs more of Prismatic Evolutions. See what kind of luck we got. I'm happy with the hit so far, but you never know. We might get one of the evolutions in here. So here we go. Go ahead and get rid of that there. All right. So we have Professor's Research, Litleo, a Dracloac, Duraludon, Lucha. Thank you for including Lucha Libre in this Pokemon. I really appreciate that. Explorer's Guidance, Rigagas, Black Belts Training. We have Buddy Puffin. And we got a Vaporeon. Okay, nice. Love the artwork on that. All right, next one here. After I try and get that. There we go. All right, I think I saw something cool. All right, I mean, it's cool either way, but all right. Friends in Paldea, Lopunny, Dreepy, another Milk Tank or Mill Tank, Explorer's Guidance, Shaman, Professor Suro's Scenario. We got, okay, Maximum Belt. Wow, I love the foiling on that. That's pretty cool. We have a Bronzer, and we have another Groden. Apparently, that's my sign to build some sort of a. What kind of type is he? He is Continent Pokemon. I mean, to me, he's a dinosaur. This legendary Pokemon is said to represent the land. It went to sleep after dueling Kyogre. All right. I'll need to look into that a little bit more. But that's pretty nice. I like that. All right. Flip this over. Here we go. We got Pupitar. We got Bronzer. Aromatis. Another Eevee. Carmine. Great Tusk. Professor Sada's Vitality. A Shaman. We have Professor's Research. And we have Glaceon. All right. So apparently I'm going to need to make some sort of Eevee deck with Vaporeon and Glaceon. I know I got a couple of others with those. Of course, we got the EX. So I think I know what I'll be building my wife for this, for our TCG tussle here. All right. So we got Professor's Research, Aromatis, Noibat. We got Black Belt's Training, Slowking, Janine's Secret Art. We got a Bug Catcher. We got Pokeball Riolo. We have Litleo, and we have a Tyranitar EX. All right, so we got some pretty cool hits in here. Got 2 more packs. All right. We have Hippowdon, Bunnery, Pinsir, Lavatar, Suicune, Janine's Secret Art, Bronzong. I think that's the first time we had the Bronzong. We had a bunch of the other ones. A Dunsparce. We have Cottony. And we have an Arcaludon. I love the artwork on it. I love the design on that one too. All right. And we got one last pack here to go on this Pokemon Day. All right. So we got Slowpoke, Hippopotas. We have another Eevee, Spritzy, Pyroar, Earthen Vessel, Lacey. We got Black Belt's Training. We have Pupitar. And we have the Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's a big buyer. All right, so that is everything we got for Pokemon from Prismatic Evolutions. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with what I got. Really cool to see how much the game has grown over the years since I first started. And I'm glad I'm able to pick it up and occasionally be able to feature it here on the channel. But it's definitely a walk down memory lane. And on this day of Pokemon Day, no matter which way you celebrate, whether it be playing Pokemon TCG with friends and going to places to trade and everything, or to play the video games, or to go to Pokemon Go events, anything like that, just enjoy it. Because the one major thing with gaming, and I think this is what Pokemon really does, is just it's the camaraderie. It's being able to get with friends and everything, and be able to share a passion for such an amazing franchise that's been going strong for over 30 years. And here's to another 30 more to Pokemon. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let everybody know that House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs. But until next time, everyone, stay safe and take care, my friends.